welcome to our homeschool room tour. We're super excited to share it with you guys today. I know that when I was starting out in homeschooling, I absolutely love, and actually I still do, seeing people's homeschool setup, where they do homeschool, how they do homeschool. It's really awesome. It gives you encouragement. It also gives you a lot of ideas of maybe something you haven't thought about, or how to maybe perfect an idea that you've already had. So today I'm just going to show you our room. I'm going to go briefly on how we have it set up. I'm just going to kind of make a circle all the way around the room. The other thing I want to let you know is I'm not going to go in depth, but I also want to let you know, if you do not have space in your house for a room, or it is absolutely perfect to just have your one little space, or whether your child just has to do it in their bedroom or at the dining room table. I just want you to understand, you do absolutely what works for your family with what you have present and what you have available to you, and then that is the perfect thing. You do not by any means have to feel that you have to have a homeschool room. In fact, this was never supposed to fully be a homeschool room. It was actually my office, and it has just slowly developed into that because after 8 years of homeschooling, it's just what it has evolved into. So let's get started with the tour. As you can see straight ahead, we're looking at a table with 2 chairs. This is primarily where Noah does all of his homeschool work. The only time that he's probably not there working is if he is laying in the floor and he is reading his book for literature and creative writing, or he is doing some type of reading where he's able just to kind of lay down in the floor or go to a reading corner or something like that, where he's not really needing to be at the desk. And he knows there are rules surrounding that, such as, you do your work, you can do it. If you get sloppy or you don't do a good job, then you're going to have to move back to the desk. So there are rules put in place, but this is where he does the work. Of course, you can see that there is enough space there for both of us to sit at the table, and that's so I can be able to sit beside him and I teach him the things that need to be taught, or be able to go over things side by side with him that he might be struggling with, and we can work through the things together. The other thing that you will see in that area is 3 cork boards on the wall, and those are very helpful because in ACE he has a goal card, so he will put up and pin up on that, the one that is directly in front of him, the things that he needs to get done today. So whatever pages that he needs to do, he'll be able to look at the subject, he'll be able to look at the day, and he knows exactly what he will be doing in each pace for that day. The other cork boards we use to put up things such as math formulas or grammar helps, spelling rules, things that he needs to master that he's not yet mastered, but he's able to look quickly at those as a reference point, and over time he begins to master them, and once that's happened, we take them down, or we take them down when it is test time. The other thing you'll see over there is we have a bulletin board, and we love to use our bulletin board to display things that we just really want to highlight or give more attention to on jobs well done that Noah has completed, work that really just stands out, that he's really proud of. And we also put on there a calendar. Each year Noah gets a new calendar. He gets to kind of pick the theme in the sense of what is his most favorite thing that year, and we just use that, and it helps him to be able, when he's writing dates on paper or referencing other things, that he's able to check that out. I'm sorry, the weather radio is going off, but I'm going to continue. But we're able to look at that, and he's just able to reference the date and be able to jot that down. And we'll put important dates up there so he's able to continue in those calendar skills across the board. So to the left of the desk, you will see that we have a little bookshelf there, and that has our radio, and it also has additional curriculum, supplemental curriculum, any books that I might need that would provide extra help to Noah while I'm sitting there beside him, so I don't have to keep going across the room to get it. It's just all right there. I also have stickers there that I will give out for certain times. Noah is very driven in positive behavior modification. Sorry, I was listening to the weather radio. But he is very influenced by things such as stickers and little rewards that can build up to something greater. So I use those as positive reinforcement and encouragement, and it works well for us. Also, on the bottom of that shelf, I keep a lot of our extra score keys, and I also keep a lot of my storage of where I keep graded tests, and also our attendance and record keeping. And I will go over that in another video about how I implement ACE. So beside the desk to the right, you will see that there is a little folder hanger that is on the wall there with the orange and pink and green, blue, purple folders in it, and in that I actually keep all of Noah's tests. So when I go through his paces before school starts and I plan out the year, while I'm going through each pace, I will pull out the test that is in the middle of the pace, and I will store them all together in folders corresponding with each subject. To the right of that, we have a work box, and in each pull-out drawer, we have for each subject. So math has a drawer, English has a drawer, and so on. How I use that is I will put what he needs for that week or for that day in that drawer. So if there's a project and it can fit in that drawer, then it will go in that drawer. All of his paces, his current paces that he's using, or reading books or whatever it may be, will be in that drawer. And we also, on top of it, we store a little booklet that has additional charts and cheat sheets that he can quickly reference to help him when he's working through his everyday work. On top of that, you will see a yellow box, and that is where we like to put all of his work that he has completed, that we know this work is done, we need to go through it together, and we need to grade it and check it out. As I turn this a little bit, you will see that there is a map on the wall there, and that is the United States map. We also have tucked away behind our door when you come into the schoolroom a world map, and we use those all the time, not just for geography class, but also for when he's doing, say, literature and creative writing, or he learned about a new scientist. He really likes to look at those and kind of get an idea of how far they are, or what was in the surrounding, what was the culture like, things like that, and it really helps grow the learning experience. On the shelf below the map, you will see that is where Noah keeps his laptop. It's also where my laminator is, and below that we have all of our printer paper, cardboard paper, cardstock, colored paper, and then below that Noah keeps his additional colored pencils, crayons, markers, pencil sharpeners, and all of that good stuff that he uses as supplies. As we come on around the room, this desk here is where I sit, and if I'm not beside Noah teaching him something, then I'm generally sitting at this desk and working on the things that I need to get done, whether it's for homeschool or it's for, say, the blog or our ministry, or if I'm doing work at home for my husband for the tax service, whatever it is, then this is probably where I'm at doing that work. You can see there's additional books in front of the seat there, and that is also additional things that we use in curriculum. I also keep my planner there of what each week looks like throughout the year. The other thing I want to point out is if you see that whiteboard that is sitting on top of the desk at the top there, I bought that last year, and it has been an amazing investment. The way that we actually use that is I go through and I will check Noah's work each day, and I will see what does he have a lot in, or let me rephrase that, what is the hardest thing that he has going on for that day, or what's going to take the most brain power. So if he has tests, or if it's something that I know it's not exactly his strength in that area, then I will move those things to the front. So I will list out on that whiteboard what subjects we are doing in what order that day, so we are able to get the harder stuff at the front end and kind of relax as we go through the school day. Also, to the right of the chair, I keep in that little cubby there, I keep all of the score keys, whether it's for the main curriculum or the test keys, and I will go through how I divide that up also in the video of how I implement ACE. If we move on around into our schoolroom, we will see there's the bookshelf to the right. That is all of my counseling books. So that bookshelf is actually not really anything to do with homeschool yet. And the little shelf that's in front of it, we keep a lot of our storage that is in there, and such as educational games and things of that sort. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to reposition the camera and show you the rest of the room. Okay, so now we're on to this side of the room. As you can see here, we have our TV, and we store a lot of our educational videos, supplemental videos, videos that goes with particular curriculum there, and this is where we're able to watch those. So Noah doesn't have to leave his desk. He can just see them from right there at his desk and be able to stay in the place where he works. The bookshelf to the right is where we keep all the rest of our supplemental curriculum, reading books, and his extra curriculum for the rest of the year. So you can see the little frog, and then we also have kind of like a gaming chair. These are the things that Noah uses sometimes for when he just wants to go and sit in the floor and do some reading and just kind of relax while he's doing literature or whatever he may be reading about at that time. Our storage closet here, this is where we keep all of our extra pens and pencils, other books, paper, notebooks, folders, you name it. We also keep a microscope slides, all of that good stuff is in there. Our crafts and art projects supplies are in there. Also at the top of the closet, we also keep additional games that we use throughout the year. So that is our homeschool room. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, to kind of give you maybe a little bit of ideas of how we set things up. Maybe it can inspire you or encourage you to move forward in your homeschool journey. I'd love, though, to hear from you guys about your ideas or how you guys use certain things or do certain things in your setup. Feel free to leave a comment on this video or in the blog or on the Facebook post, or send us a message. We just love to hear from you guys. I'd love to see maybe even pictures of y'all's homeschool room setup. So if you have any questions, by all means send them in. I'd love to answer them for you. Also, I will put in the descriptions where I bought certain things that I was really highlighting in here, some of our favorites that we use. So hope that helps out, and we will see you all later. Bye.